Elohim is a homonym. It changes its meaning on the situation. Elohim is in the plural of greatness when it's used for a single being. Elohim, when referring to a being or beings, means mighty one or ones, and or powerful one or ones. Elohim, when referring to something, means mighty and or powerful. A lot of heretics like to abuse the word Elohim and say it means that it's referring to more than one person. But that is simply refuted by grammar, and I'd like to point out that single individuals or persons are referred to as Elohim in the Bible. Notice I gave you 7 examples here in front of you. You can go look at these passages yourself and you can verify that indeed single individuals or single persons are referred to as Elohim in the Bible. Eloheynu only seems plural because it uses Elohim as the base form to which to conjugate a possessive. When we use Elohim and wish to say our Elohim, we say Eloheynu as if conjugating a plural noun, only because that's the form it occurs in. Conjugate a noun into a possessive from Elohim and you get Eloheynu. It retains plural form but not plural meaning. Yachid means only and not only one or oneness. In a certain context, Yachid can mean unique. The heretics like to say that Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 4 should use Yachid instead of Echad, but that's simply not true. If Yachid would have been used, it would read Yeheveh is only, or even Yeheveh is unique. And that's simply not less part of what it's saying. Rather, it is saying Yeheveh is one. The proper word was used. Moses was not a heretic. Moses was not a fool. Echad should have been used, and it was used, because Yeheveh is one. In Genesis chapter 2 verse 24, it reads, "Therefore a man leaves his father and his mother and clings to his wife, and they shall become one, Echad, flesh." The heretics like to point out to this passage, but they like to neglect these other 2 passages I like to point out to balance it. In Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 6 we read, "At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death. But at the mouth of 1 Echad witness he shall not be put to death." And we read in another passage, "2 are better than 1 Echad, but they have a good reward for their toil." When Echad modifies a plural noun, then Echad is a compound word. When Echad modifies a singular noun, then Echad is not a compound word. That's a rule of grammar that every rabbi knows, that everyone who is fluent in Hebrew knows. You violate this, which the heretics do, and therefore you're laughable, which the heretics are. In Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 4 it reads, "Shema Yisrael Yeheveh Eloheynu Yeheveh Echad." In Deuteronomy chapter 6 word, Echad modifies not a plural noun, but a singular noun, Yeheveh. Therefore, Echad in this verse is an absolute unity, that is solitary. It means one and not 2 or 3 in one. It means one. This text does not support the heretical God known as Triune God. Also, Echad has a plural, Achadim. Achadim means a few, several, or some, along those lines. Do you see the heretics pointing this out? No, you don't, because they know barely anything when it comes to Hebrew or the Bible. In Mark chapter 12, starting at verse 29, we read, "Yeshua answered, the first is, Hear, O Israel, The Lord is our God, the Lord is one, referring to Yehovah, quoting Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 and 5. Then scroll down to verse 32. Then the scribe said to him, "You are right, teacher. You have truly said that he is one, and besides him there is no other." Notice that singular language is used. He, not they, is, not are. If Yehovah would indeed have been the heretical God known as the Trinity, God forbid, then the language would have been used are one. But rather is one is used and he is used. Why? Because Yehovah is not the heretical God known as the Trinity. And also, notice, besides him there is no other, referring to the Lord is our God, or better said, Yehovah is our God.